Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you guys are good. Welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is going to be no contact. So what I would like you to do is take a look at these three images and go towards the image that you feel most drawn to. As always, my lovelies, if you feel like you need more time, pause this video. If not, let's get straight into the tarot messages. I hope you guys enjoy. And as always, timestamps will be in the comments below for you. Hello there, pile one. How's it going? I hope you guys are well. If you guys chose this image, let's get into your reading. I hope you guys enjoy the messages, okay? And some of these messages will help you and resonate with you. Pile one, the person that you're in no contact with, what's going on? How are they feeling during this time? Show me this person's energy, please. The person that pile one is in no contact with. Death. They could be a Scorpio. This is someone who has led you to your transformation. This is someone who may be seeing it as it's dead, done, over, only because of you changing. So they can't resonate with this new version of you. They feel like there's a huge shift. If they was to re-enter in your life, it's like all these cycles and these patterns that we had prior to pile one's transformation that was working for a very long time. I just heard you are the change. You are making positive changes. This is someone who resists the change. They're still stuck in that cycle, that behavior pattern, that mindset. And so it's like you're completely in misalignment now. Tell me more. Yeah, they're miserable about it. They don't like your transformation, the fact that you are changing for the better. This is someone who feels rejected by you, counting, dwelling. It's kind of like after the fact. This is someone who is now seeing that they should have made the necessary changes, but they didn't at the time. But also, like I said, every time they see your changes that you're doing for yourself, it makes them go in their feelings because they can't make an offer to you. You'll reject it. You're no longer ignoring your feelings. You're no longer ignoring your intuition. Tell me more about this Four Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is someone who feels like things are out of their control. I feel like there's definitely something to do with changes here. Could be a fixed sign, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, heavy Scorpio in this reading, or some of you may have those signs in your chart shared with Sagittarius. I feel like the divine has literally with these two cards, you know that cliche saying, guys, rejection is the redirection. And I really do feel like this is the case in this reading. I do feel like you've had your fair share of dwelling on this situation. You know, with every change that comes in our life, especially if you have fixed signs in your chart, it's going to be more harder for you to adapt to change. Now, I really do feel for some of you, if you didn't step in with your free will, the divine may have created some form of universal force here, throwing in external forces in order for you to transform. Okay. So that could have been, you know, even more harder for you to adapt to this change based on you may have felt like, you know, it was out of your control. You didn't choose for this change to happen with your free will. Okay. And the same for this person, where they feel like based on that change, that transition, that ending that the divine created, it's like what's coming out of that is further changes where it's like, oh my God, you know, there's no way that I can control fate, because you can't. Everything that happened with this person was fated. It was meant to go this way. Okay. And I do feel there's a bit of jealousy here, where this person is seeing that, you know, out of your transformation, you're now lucky, you're receiving all these blessings. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, this is what's to come. It's like the divine is going to be trickling all these blessings in the 3D, because you're demonstrating to the divine that you have transformed. Okay. This is someone who is not feeling good about that because they're on the bottom of the wheel. But the only reason why they're on the bottom of the wheel is because they haven't demonstrated to the divine or even started anywhere to change for themselves. So it's kind of like looking at someone sideways. Oh, everything's going well for you, but you deserve it because you're changing for the better. I'm not understanding this, guys. Tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune, please. Page of Pentacles. You may have Earth in your chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or this person does, but overall, this is someone who is feeling this small based on the wheel turning in your favor. Okay. This is someone who is considering their efforts during this time. I feel like this person wants to come in with an apology. You know, Page of Pentacles isn't a lot. So I don't know what you are receiving out of this Wheel of Fortune. It could be something linked to finances. You may have a financial blow up. That's for someone in this reading. And overall, this is someone who may be feeling inadequate because it's like they're starting somewhere, believe it or not, but they're way far behind. So it's kind of like this person isn't feeling so good within their present moment. Then there's a bit of projection in that sense. The more that they see things succeed in few, I just heard in my head, they look at their current circumstances and it's like, well, I've only got a bloody little pentacle. Me coming in with this pentacle, this is all I have. But is it enough for me and pole one to even have a conversation, you know? So this is someone who may be looking at things from superficiality. But also I do feel like it's making them look at how much effort had they been putting in themselves and what was they really offering you at the time. You know, it's kind of like them reassessing things, but it's a very slow moving change for this person. This is someone who finds it hard to change. Tell me more about this death, please. Six of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Look up the angel number 4, but fours are all about foundation, security, stability. This is someone who may feel that you are more stable after making the necessary changes. This person is clearly spying, or there's something to do with divination here. Readings, they may be getting a reading on you, or some of you may have a link to this person via a child, a friend even. There's clearly, how else are they getting this information? For them to knowing that you're living your best life and the divine is, you know, making that wheel turn in your favor. So those are the possibilities of how this person is knowing what's going on in your life. But also pentacles are all about the 3D physical, so they're physically seeing something. How, I don't know, but like I said, based on those options that scenarios that I just mentioned. Tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune. The Sun could be a Leo, or again, you may have Leo in your chart. We do have a lot of Earth here as well. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we have the Queen of Wands. This person is very attracted to you, but again, very intimidated by you and feels like you're here and they're here. This is someone who is feeling quite insecure as well, and I don't feel like they're doing well financially. Six of Pentacles, what has changed with you is possibly no longer people pleasing, no longer pouring into the wrong people. Your energy is telling me that you was very kind to this person. You may have gifted this person a lot. But the Six of Pentacles is generosity. It's either giving or receiving. And I feel like whoever this person is that you was connected to at the time prior to your transformation, there was no reciprocation. There was a giver and there was a taker. And what's come out of your transformation is, like, now that you're very much aware not to give based on, I don't know why you was given so much, well, possibly lack of self-worth value, I would say. um Throne of Cups. So I feel like there was something within yourself that you had to do the inner healing, guys. This person mirrored something to you when it comes to, I just heard dark empath in my head, which is interesting. You know, with the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Wands, I'm going to get to that in a minute. But you showed, I feel like your feminine energy was very imbalanced man or woman. Okay, there's no gender in tarot, but I feel like the love that you had for this person at the time was very strong, and they played with that. Something about this person that was, thank you, playing in your energy. I feel like this person had a strategy in place, could be an Aquarius, and this person feels like you're now aware, you're judging them. I don't know if you've called judgment on this person, but overall, I feel like this person has led you to your awakening, okay? And it's kind of like just circling back to what I said right in the beginning of this reading. Due to the changes that you're making, and then plus an awakening to add, yeah, you can't come in with that strategy. That's not going to work with someone who is now awakened to things of the past. This person knows that they just can't break the no contact and play in your face like they used to. Because I feel like there's something about this person that's very imbalanced, quite chaotic individual. For some of you, this person has been brought up in a lot of chaos, drama, rivalry, competing with each other, you know. They don't know any different. I mean, I'm not going to say they don't know any different, because even though this person may have been brought up and, you know, had a rough childhood and always full of drama, I feel like this person thrives off drama. Could be a Leo again. But doesn't have to be that sign. There's just something about this person's energy that's very impulsive and always wants to be entertained, but in a very negative way. Okay. Now, as I was saying, going off track here, even though for some of you, this person may have witnessed a lot of drama, etc., I'm really getting that they've learned something when it comes to competition. As an adult, we have to heal that side of us. We don't ask to be seeing certain things as a child, but then as an adult, we have to take the necessary steps to do better. Okay. And this is someone who is still holding on to this strategy of whatever they have seen, whether they have witnessed their parents arguing a lot or infidelity. I just heard in my head, and this is what's instilled literally mentally. So this is someone who needs to reparent their mind. Okay. Now, when you was connected to this person, I feel like you was an on and off connection with this person. This is someone who would create some change out of nowhere. I feel like this person has disrupted a household. I just heard in my head. So I don't know if you have a child with this person, that's for some of you, or overall, if there's nothing to do with this person's energy that was so chaotic that disrupted not only your life, but children's lives. There's something to do with this person just disrupting you independently. Because I feel like with that Two of Pentacles, there's something about this person that was unable to remain grounded, consistent. It's kind of like this person needs some form of disruption to keep things alive. It's very unhealthy, very toxic, to be honest. And I feel like you got in this cycle with this person before you became the positive change where you're going to start pouring more into you. Now, as I said, for some of you, your free will didn't come into play. The divine created that change. Others of you, you created the change. You listened to your intuition where you held back, and you're continuing to hold back. And I feel like if this hasn't happened already, this person is going to be testing this transformation. This is someone who may be thinking across the lines, well, this dynamic that we had where I would throw your energy off, I would create disruption, I would come back and apologize to you, and you would show me a lot of love and compassion, you would enable my behavior, and you would also engage in it. I'm sure, you know, if I say something, can strategize again and come towards you, that's going to happen again. Did it? Or again, that's going to happen where they'll break the no contacts. What they're going to see is a dark empath this time round. I feel like, you know, how you used to operate in your light is still there, but you're understanding duality in a sense of where, because you have taken the necessary actions and practice self-love, self-care, be more kind to yourself, all the love, the kindness, the compassion, you know, the giving, the generosity that you was given to this person, you had to, a part of your transformation and changes. Why am I not being that way to myself? Why is it so easy for me to do it to other people, and those people are not even giving me that same nice treatment back? So there's something again like this person mirrored to you that you've now mastered. So when this person comes towards you now, you're not so reactive. You don't have a sense to be needed, wanted, and loved, because you are seeing that you are more than enough. If anything, this person is now being shocked of how you're responding, and it's more fiery, it's more standing on business, being more outspoken. I just heard in my head. So Some of you, you may have responded to this person, but not a back and forth situation. I said what I said, done. There's nothing to discuss any further. Others of you, not so, where your intuition is telling you to hold back. Don't express yourself. Your silence, say it all. So something about your silence is loud here. And this person is quite upset of the fact that they don't have this exchange of energy with you like it used to be. I feel like you remaining in this energy is now making this person reassess how much time they have wasted, I just heard, but also assessing that, okay, I've been stuck on a karmic cycle. I do the same shit and I've only got a pentacle to show for it. But also this person is feeling like I said, there's something about you thriving, you doing much better. This person may feel like you're having a glow up, you're much happier in your element, you're healing, and you are who you are now. You are that high vibrational individual. And I'm not saying that you're in your light all the time, no, because that's not realistic. There's light and dark in us. But I feel like you are more in your light rather than operating from low vibrational energy. Okay. And it's kind of like this person has been finding it hard to adjust to these changes that you're implementing for yourself. They didn't want to accept it, but it's not for them to accept. But the only reason why they didn't want to accept it is because with that death there, like I keep referring back to that bloody death, that is a major shift there. That's not no minor change. They can't resonate with you anymore. And they're pouting. And they're holding on to resentment. Okay, let's get a couple more, then I'll close up your reading. Okay. But I feel like this person now, like I said, if this person broke no contact and they was coming to you in the same energy, right? Playing games, you didn't respond. You standing on business, you holding yourself back, you not reacting like you used to, because you don't have a desire to. You've done the inner work, right? It's now mirroring back to them. What are they not doing? What are the changes that they need to make for themselves? This is where they're changing it up now, and they want to come to you. Correct. Someone's behind you with their tail hanging between their legs. Here we have it. Coming out now, 5 of Wands. This person is triggered during this time, but like I said, I feel like this is someone who is full of drama anyway, chaos. They always need to exchange energy with someone to create that competitive dynamic, or you're not feeding into that game. You don't care for that, and they know that you don't, and that's why they're upset. Tell me more about this 5 of Wands. Yeah, you've cut that tie. I do get a bit of exaggeration here where this person feels like you've betrayed them. If you have, you take it as it resonates. Knight of Cups, but I don't feel like you have. Tell me more. Amazing. Really, really in your element, aren't you guys? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, these are the energies that you're going to be in. I really do feel like this person has directed you to really see how much you bring to the table, not only just in romantic connections. I mean, you take it as it resonates, whatever this relationship means for you, but I do feel like this person was a catalyst to your growth, to make you see of how important you are, how valuable you are, but also to really assess why you feel like you can't stand alone. Now, I'm not out here to trigger anyone, but for some of you, prior to you doing the inner work, you may have had issues with codependencies or wanting to help everyone with that Queen of Cups, and you're realizing that one, not everyone can be saved and helped, especially if they don't want to help themselves. You know, you possibly, well, not possibly, you've turned a blind eye where you've had to give them tough love. But with that 9 of Cups, it's really telling me that you are more content in your independence and riding solo. There's self-assured energy here now, confidence. And this is where you're shining through. Your physical glow up is now coming into place because you've done the inner work. When you feel good within, it will show externally. This connection could have got cut off very abruptly. I feel like it was inevitable to go this way. This had to be done with. I feel like this person didn't appreciate you, and I really do feel like they thought that they could just come in with their cup with lip service. I'm sorry, I love you, let's try this again. And that used to work. Doesn't anymore. You've matured. Queens are mature. This is a knight coming to a queen. No. And I feel like this person was very selfish. Very, very selfish. And that's a cycle that you guys were going round and round and round. There's something about this person that had a desire at times to do things that would make them feel good. And this is where they would be lame and create this dynamic of, you know, picking a fight with you, and it's all because what, you want to go out, or because you want to indulge in things. I don't know. There's just something about this person that wanted to have their cake and eat it, basically. And when they would have these desires to do things alone or act from a selfish place, they would create this strategic plan in place which would throw your energy off, so then they could remove themselves out of your energy. Tell me more. Well, now you've got what you wanted. And they've been in that energy since. After repeating further cycles, this person hasn't changed at all until they've seen your changes, your transformations. Now it's how long are you going to be in this indulgent energy? Hangman. Tell me more about this hangman. This person may have issues with drink. That's for some of you. Two of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Part one, I don't feel like this person is wanting to speak to you just yet. Their energy is very slowed down. It could be because they need to take accountability for something. This is someone who's very impulsive, and I feel like they may have taken action. What were they doing? Because they're now in regret. They're worrying over this. What's this Ace of Wands? Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Four of Wands. I feel like it's after the fact. That's what it's really giving. So some of you definitely live with this person or had family with them. Really getting out with that Queen of Cups there. It's something to do with how they were taking action to slow your energy down, or just confirming what I said. They would be consistent. They would remain committed, loyal to you, but then they will get like this burning desire to then act up and change it up on you. And with that Two of Swords, it's like they feel quite delusional to the situation and acting, yeah, okay. There's something about this person that would play it dumb, basically, and acting like they didn't do what they were doing at the time, okay? This is someone who is seeing that you see that perspective now of what they were doing when they were wanting to indulge, okay? They feel like something's come back around on them. It's kind of like you've given this person enough rope to hang themselves. Now they're stuck, basically. They're stuck in their own indulgences. They're stuck in their own strategies. This dynamic that they was creating with you, throwing your energy off, competing with you, possibly bringing their family into this, you know, making out that you were the problematic one. Oh, gosh, no. Starting arguments with you and then going to their family members saying that you were the issue when they created the drama. So I'm really getting reactive abuse here for some of you. If you know it wasn't that deep, don't take that message. But I really do feel that's for someone. And it's kind of like, what do I do now? I mean, they can take accountability for whatever they done, which I just described, but they don't really want to, because they have been doing that for a very long time and they thought that they could. Have you still committing and being loyal to that dynamic, that competitive dynamic, should I say? They feel like you've latched on a very long time after. Really getting that this person was playing in your face here, but not no more. Not no more. And they feel like overall you're now punishing them. It's kind of like tables are turning. That's how they feel. With that hangman can talk about punishment. So the more that you do not communicate to this person, the more that they feel like, oh my God, this journey has been dragging out. So again, I don't know if this person, 1515 on timer, their own changes that they created has now backfired on them. And they see you as someone who is on this slow and steady journey where you're committing to no contact. I don't want to talk to you. Now that I see a new perspective and now I'm changing as a person, what do we really need to discuss here? What can you really bring in my life to benefit me? Because I know that if I bring you in my life and I say, yeah, come in my life, what's going to happen? You'll just take from me. Are you pouring into me? Absolutely not. This is someone who cannot operate from a place of authenticity. And they see you as someone who is real, but also latched on later on that they're full of shit, basically. So yeah, they want to communicate to you, but it's like there's a lot of things that they need to reveal that you know. It's just silly, isn't it? But that's what I have here, guys. Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag, Leo, heavy Leo in the Sweden, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and fixed energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Sagittarius. All right, my honeys, all the best. Bye-bye. Hello there, Pile 2. How's it going? I hope you guys are good. If you guys chose this image, let's get into your reading. I hope you guys enjoy the messages, and some of these messages will resonate with you. So Pile 2, the person that you're in no contact with, what's going on with them? How are they feeling during this time? What's going on with this person, please, that Pile 2 is in no contact with? Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be that sign, but there's something about an interference in this connection, whether it's another person, a situation, work for some of you. You may even work with this individual. For some of you, this could be a family member or someone that you have a child with, or someone that you have been in a happy place with at one point. I just heard picking sides in my head. This person may feel like they have to make you happy, but another situation happy as well. They may feel a bit torn. I feel like this person wants to get to a happy place with you, Pile 2. But it's like they're being realistic in the next breath. How do we get there? How do we rebuild this connection? Like I said, if there's someone else involved, a situation that is making things more harder for you guys to cooperate, to agree to disagree, or overall there's been a breakdown in this relationship, if there's no one else involved, this is someone who feels like there's been a huge breakdown and they want to get to that point, but it's like, how? We're finding it hard to compromise, to see eye to eye, and they just don't feel like they're getting anywhere here. Tell me more. I feel like there's definitely a third party in this with these two threes here. Some of you, it could be that it's their lifestyle. Some of you, it could be that easily influenced. I'm also getting that there could be gossip in this situation, malicious intent for someone in this reading, immaturity. Because as you can see, right, those parents there with that child, they seem grounded. It's like they're out somewhere and they're creating really good memories. And then over it, it's like ratchet behavior and like, yeah, we don't give a fuck, blah, blah, right? So it's really giving that there's an outsider in this connection that doesn't like to see a partnership, whatever that partnership may mean for you. Doesn't have to be a lover, but I feel like you have a really close connection with someone, and there is someone on the outside who doesn't like to see that, or doesn't want it to even get to that point, or it's got to that point and then it's been destroyed because of outside influences. Someone clearly doesn't have a mind of their own here and is easily swayed. It's like someone gets thrown off path and then it takes even longer to get back on path or get back in your good graces because they allow this low vibrational energy to come in. Tell me more, please. Someone could be in their 30s watching this. Yeah, then it takes forever to plant that seed again to see further growth. It's like one step forward, two steps backwards. And someone's assessing that whilst you guys are in no contact. They're assessing a lifestyle. They're assessing the groups, who they're there's two different groups here. Like I said, a bit of a ratchet, floozy energy here. I've got to say what I'm feeling intuitively, what the cards are telling me. Does that look? And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with going out and letting your hair down and getting drunk and all that jazz. But if you have a family with someone, or if you're in a relationship with someone where the goal is that you want to create emotional abundance with someone, like I said, whether that's already established or that's the goal, you've got to assess your priorities. What's really important? Are these scallywags going to be around forever? Or your Mr. or your Mrs. or whatever the relationship may be? So I feel like that's what someone is assessing, like who's really for them and who's not. But I feel like it's taking them to further interact with a certain group for them to compare. It's like them comparing who's really building them up, who's inspiring them, who's more stable, and who's more short-lived. And again, you take it as it resonates, whatever that third party is. Okay. Tell me more. Someone feels like they are wasting time and they're not getting no growth and investments out of feeding into people's narratives I just heard in my head, or overall their lifestyle, so many messages, guys. Take it as it resonates. 7 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. Oh, well, someone sees you as a rival, whoever this other person, or I don't know, guys. Someone feels connected to you. But they feel like there's a choice that needs to be made. I feel like someone has allowed someone else's judgments and opinions of you get in their head. Someone has been imposing fear on someone. This could be an ex, it could be a stepmom or dad, whether it's a woman or man. They come out in feminine energy. And I feel like this person is quite mean-spirited. They're scorned. They have their own anxieties and fears. They've possibly had their fair share of judgment calls as well based on their life-changing decisions. I feel like this person may have a karmic contract with someone. They may have a child with this individual. It could be a friend or a sibling. But we have another 3. I feel like whoever this person is that you're connected to has been stuck in an illusion. I don't feel like they've been taking this no contact well. I don't. And I feel like there is someone in this reading, the third party, that has kind of like a predator energy where they can pick up on the person that you're connected to, their energy so well that they feed off that. It's kind of like, it's quite sad where they've been picking up on their vulnerability and swaying them to make really bad decisions, which it then delays a union. It's like divide and conquer. It's really giving that here, guys. And not only because of no longer wanting to have this family dynamic or be in a long-term relationship again, but also for this person's independence. It's kind of like this third party is wanting this person to be happy, but not happier than them, or I want you to do good in life, but not better than me. There's a lot of jealousy in this person's camp, a bunch of snakes, and they really need to assess who they collaborate with. And they have been, but they're still mingling in the next breath. It's kind of like this person knows better. They understand the assignment, but they're not in the next breath. It's weird. And I feel like it's because in the nick of time, someone has a way of saying something which then plants that seed and doubt of this person coming towards you. Because I feel like this person has been wanting to make a judgment call on this, in a sense of, doing the right thing for them and sending you a message. But they get swayed in the nick of time, and then it just delays this person coming towards you. But this is where this person needs to stop being so bloody naive and start to be more mentally strong. But like I said, I don't feel like this person has been in a good place anyway. So rightfully so, when you're feeling a bit, in the blues and you feel stuck in a rut, you're going to feel fatigued. You're going to feel drained. I feel like this person's been a bit drained as well. You're not going to have any energy to do anything. And then this is when that's what happens. This is really giving like devil energy here, where someone is attacking this person's shadow side, or like I said, their vulnerability, where they don't have the energy for anything anyway, period. But then it's going to be more amplified, where it's kind of like this person has this narrative in their mind where they don't feel like you want them anymore. How do you feel about this person, part two? Star. So you want to heal this with this person, but you are also focusing on your healing. You ideally want this person to be divinely guided. Yeah, some of you want this person to be divinely guided to the choices that they're making, or the illusions, the confusion that is surrounding them during this time. For someone in this reading, they may be influencing this individual. I don't know, via the internet. I don't know if you're posting things to make this person see something that's for someone in this reading, or if not, then there's just overall that you feel like this person is influenced by making poor choices. You feel like they're being divinely guided by not the right thing, confirmation. So you feel like they're being guided, but it's like not by a guiding light. You feel like they're being guided to illusion, confusion, to have mixed emotions over you. And I agree. Four of Pentacles. You feel like there's a possessive, like someone wants to hold on to this person's energy. They're quite possessive over this person. There's greed surrounding this person, and this person is choosing to not be practical about that and see. It's kind of like, because I just heard pick and choose. You may feel like this person's being used, like people pick and choose when they want to hold on to this person, when really they just see this person as an option, and just, yeah, like I said, we'll pick and choose when we want to, put you on that pedestal. So yeah, don't like that. Yeah, 10 of Wands. You're burdened by this. You feel like you're getting the brunt end of this, and you feel like things are back to front. You feel like this person's moving slow, or just being loyal to the wrong things. Power. 4 of Wands. Some of you, there was a blow up in a home. I don't know if you had an argument with this person. You walked away and you've been in hermit ever since, isolating yourself from this. Okay, let's keep going. Someone's threatened by your energy, pile two. That's why they want to keep this person hooked in some form of lifestyle or mindset. But again, we all have free will, right? It's down to this person that you're connected to see that and to make better decisions and to not waste any more time. Show me what's going on with them right now when it comes to whatever they're assessing with that Seven of Pentacles. The Fool. So they are getting signs and synchronicities to break free. For some of you, it may not be so easy because whatever seeds that they've planted, it may involve finances, etc. Maybe this person has planted a seed, but they're waiting to see some form of growth out of that, so then they can break free. That's for someone. Tell me more. Four of Swords, they're on their own. Yeah, I feel like this person's definitely contemplating now. But you know what it's given? This person hasn't had enough time on their own. I hope that makes sense. Like, it hasn't been a long duration. But this is what I'm saying. I feel like this is where the distractions come in. The Fool is like exploring. So it's like when they explore or when they're not doing what they're meant to do, they see the changes out of that, which then makes them assess. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. They're contemplating about their growth, their abundance, or they're contemplating about a mother figure in this reading. Some of you could be the mother or the father of this person's child, or there's a mother figure in this person's life that they're contemplating about. Tell me more about that, Empress. Someone could be pregnant in this reading. Okay, Knight of Swords. So I feel like someone's quite slick with their words, aren't they? They make this person change their mind like that. I feel like this is your counterpart. Yeah, absolutely. They're so attracted to you, this person. If you are online, like you have a public profile and you can be seen in some form of way, they follow you. Yeah. I feel like they try to control some form of excitement or passion for you, though. They feel like they need to. This is what I'm saying. So this is someone who could be pretending that they're not even passionate or attracted to you in front of people. Like, they may be presenting to others like they're over you. And this is done, like, pile to who? Whatever. You know, when really beneath and low key with that Four of Swords, they're having urges to communicate to you. So I'm getting a mimicking energy with this Empress because I'm getting two energies attached to it. I'm getting your energy, like your divine feminine or divine masculine. You take it as it resonates, whether you can resonate with feminine or masculine energy. But I'm also getting that there's a third party attached to it who is trying to mimic all these traits that you have. Even like how you talk or how you express yourself is weird. But I feel like there is a feminine energy in this person's life, man or woman, but I'm really getting women though, that has a way to change this person's mind or change their direction. Something that they say, you know, Knight of Swords is someone who's a rescuer. They come in to rescue. So it's kind of like you're trying to play superhero in someone else's life when you really need to take care of your own business. I don't know. There's something about people pleasing here or feeling obligated to save someone. How are you going to save someone from their own bad decisions? So I don't know if there's a mother figure in this reading that parties a lot, you know, on some fuck shit when really they should be in their four walls nurturing their own child. I don't know where that's going. I don't know if they have a baby mum or their own mum or someone that they know, a mature feminine. And I don't say mature as in mindset, I say by age. You know, an emperor shouldn't be out here in these streets and doing all this magic. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that emperors can't go live their best life, but it's really giving like someone's lifestyle is mad here. And then I don't know if this person wants to go out somewhere, or I want you to babysit at the last minute, or they make bad decisions when they're out here in these streets and then this person has to come and save them. I don't know. There's just someone in their energy that's reckless. I said what I said, but then they want to portray like they are someone who's mature and they nurture. No, you don't. You don't even love yourself, whoever you are. This is what I'm saying. And then they want to mimic your energy and then say things to change this person's mind about you. Death. Yeah. Person's constantly in limbo over you, keep changing their mind over you, but also because they bit off more than they can chew. This is someone who's not saying no. Again, this person's not helping themselves, are they? They go from the 7 into the bloody 2 of Pentacles. They keep regressing this person, but again, it's because they keep allowing distractions. Either they keep, entertaining an argument, something about there's a lot of chaos and drama in this situation here. And my third eye, right, there's a chat on this meditation music and it says my family, and my third eye was drawn to that. So I don't know if this is their family, like mum, dad, sister, brother, or someone that they have a child with, like a baby mum, a baby father. Or again, some of you have a family with this person where they have like an immediate family where they should be just looking after their children, you, Mr. Mrs. But then it's like I said, there's groups, right? When you create a family of your own, that's your family now. I'm sorry, but you have commitment to that family, not brother, sister, cousin, and whatever. That's your extended now. So that's for someone in this reading. Or overall, if you don't have a family with this person, that relationship with you is like they need to dedicate more to that. It's something about divided loyalties in this reading for sure. But overall, this is someone who is trying to work on their finances. They feel like they're in a pickle, I just heard. They've regressed, basically. They was on path and now they're back to square one because they took the wrong turn with that Knight of Swords there. Whether they acted impulsively, they went out somewhere and they fitted their money. If you know that this person doesn't make good decisions and they're stuck on a certain lifestyle, or like I said, there's another person here. It could be both. It could be both, where they're just spending their time incorrectly, period. And then on top, they have someone else in their life that is just making bad decisions that they feel responsible for. All of this entwined in one, they still feel this intense connection to you, but they feel like there's a choice attached to it. And this is where they feel like they're running out of time. The more that they are wasting time, the more that they feel like things are delaying, and it's just so crazy. Sun could be a Leo. This is someone who could be reminiscing during this time, looking back on photos, something about you guys taking photos as a couple. And I feel like this person needs to stop blabbing off and having conversations with people, especially if the communication between you two is not great. This is what I'm saying. This person is not really helping themselves. Why are they bad mouthing? You think Emperor's going to be bad mouthing? No, they're going to take control of their affairs and talk one on one with that person. And even if the communication between you two isn't great, keep your business between you two. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not just going to put it down to this third party. This person that you're connected to has a part to play as well. But again, there's something about this person being eliminated to who they have been communicating to, which is they're making them want to step up, take control, get things in order. Let's clarify that. What's the Sun? What is this person being eliminated to? Then I'm going to close up your reason. Yeah, so they're discerning something. Something's being seen whilst you guys haven't been in no contact. What have they seen, please? Hangman, there's a new perspective on someone that feels like they're always dictating to this person. I feel like there's a dictator in this situation, but also someone's been strategizing on what they've been saying. Yeah, 5 of Cups, 6 of Swords. I feel like you had to get out of the way for this person to see a bigger picture. If you were still interacting with this person, they weren't able to see things clearly. I do feel like they're now in regret because they have a new perspective on someone. And that's the truth. Ace of Swords, they have the mental clarity. They may have the mental clarity that someone has been strategizing for this person to not come towards you or even make good decisions for themselves. And it's something about them assessing a specific conversation here. I feel like this person has had drama with someone that they thought that was, they were really close with. And now they're realizing that's not the case. So what's next, please? Ace of Cups. Well, there's new energy coming in now. Queen of Swords. I feel like this person feels like you're not going to be responsive. I just heard in my head. They're going through the dark night of the soul, this person. And they may not be, as you won't, with an awakening. When you go through the dark night of the soul, that's a triggering time. There's a lot of epiphanies during this time. This person's energy, they're lonely. Their energy is now isolated for a longer duration. Because it's interesting. What was I saying? They were, retreating for a bit, but not for long enough. Because their energy kept getting distracted. But based on this new epiphany, them seeing things clearly, it's now making them want to withdraw and be on their own. And this is where the regrets are coming in. But overall, this is someone who is choosing to still keep their energy to themselves because they want to work on themselves. I just heard um, they are paying attention to signs and synchronicities. For some of you, this person may be watching you speak. If you are a speaker, you could actually be teaching this person something. That's for someone. If there is someone in this reading who is a teacher who does something spiritual, that's a very specific message, and it's making this person, I don't know, fall in love with you all over again, but also not knowing if you feel the same way, because they're seeing you in the Queen of Swords. They see you as someone who has raised your standards, you have a boundary in place, and you're having a logical approach to this person. They feel like you're quite cold towards them if they are seeing something online, or this is what they are assuming, and that's their fears. Okay, but for now, I feel like this person is going through something personally, so I feel like this no contact will still remain that way for a while. For some of you, that may change in Virgo season. Okay. Oh, yeah, this person is going to be manifesting you, influencing, or their family was influencing them. That's what they're having an epiphany on. Their family was influencing an energy of manipulation, so they would only give to them, but then take away from them in the next breath. They were being used, this person, and they know that. Whether they've gone to a reader, you are a reader, or overall their intuition is strong now, where they see it clearly. That's sad. Oh my God, guys, I don't know. I don't feel like this person is doing well. I would definitely send this person love and light during this time, okay? I don't feel like this person's doing great. I don't. All right, that is what I have, and all the best. Bye-bye. Hey there, Pole 3. How's it going? I hope you guys are good. If you guys chose this image, let's get into a reading. I hope that these messages will help you and give you insight and clarity, okay? Pole 3. The person that you're in no contact with, what's going on with them? How are they feeling about you during this time, Pole 3? Okay, feeling a bit blindsided during this time. Oh, naughty, naughty. I don't know who this person is, but I feel like they have been indulging a lot. And I just heard Taurus in my head. So you may be connected to a Taurus or an Aries Scorpio. Doesn't have to be those signs, but you may know for this person to spend a lot. You may know this person to eat a lot. You may know this person to like the finest things in life. If you do, I feel like these energies have been more heightened since there's been no contact. There's something about how you guys have gone into no contact. It's really disturbed their soul, I just heard. I feel like they've taken it really badly, Pole 3. It could have even affected their nervous system with that tower there. If it's not that deep, then I just feel like overall it's shaking them up a bit. It's shaking them up a bit, okay? And this is how they're trying to cope with that shock to the system, by indulging. They've been doing this for coming up to a year, I would say. But I feel like the divine has given them a reality check. And I'm hoping that this person hasn't had a health scare. And I don't feel like it's that deep, but it's like, oh my God, you know, something that they can't heal from. But I just feel like it's a bit of a warning, like, calm the fuck down, you know? And then now making those changes. So I really do feel, Pole 3, the person that you are in no contact with has been trying to fill a void. You know, especially if you see this person on social media and they're smiling and they're happy, I feel like they have accomplished a lot. They have a reason to celebrate and be happy when it comes to career. I don't know where that's going, but it's like within, they haven't really been accessing on this situation between you two. If anything, they've just been, yeah, suppressing that, the moon. And what happens when you suppress things, it will eventually come to the surface, and that's where it's the shock in itself. Where the fuck did these feelings come from? What? No. I done it in the healing. I'm feeling myself. And Spirit's like, are you sure about that? I don't know, guys. You may see this person as quite nonchalant, cold, ruthless, detached. You may even think, does this person even care about you? I'm here to tell you, yeah, they do. See, they don't want me to say that. Yes, they do, honey. Here we have it, Two of Pentacles. A lot's going on in this person's life. You may know this person to have a lot of responsibilities, commitments. Some of you, it could be a child. One of their commitments, you may share a child with this person, or they have a child with a previous partner, or overall, Page of Swords in reverse is no messages, no communication. If there's nothing to do with children, this person is choosing to ignore no contact, like it doesn't exist, and choose to occupy themselves with commitments. Possibly even taking more on more than they don't even have to. It's all about keeping themselves busy, you know? Even though I feel like they have a busy lifestyle, it's like, no, I want to take on more so I don't have to think. And that's caught up with them. Choosing to not make a decision on what they've been suppressing for a long time. And that coping mechanism has been working for a long time. Some of you, 2 years, this person has been in this energy. If you've been in no contact with this person that long, others of you not so. But the world is significant. So there is a pile 3 that hasn't been in contact with this person, I would say 9 months or more, or within that time frame. But again, just put in time frames for accuracy. Now, this person may have fixed energy in their chart, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Why do I feel all choked up in this reading? I really do feel blocked by this person as I'm talking. But anyway, you guys still may connect with each other over socials. That's for someone in this reading. And what you may see is like this person is over you. No, they're not. Let's keep going. Knight of Wands, they still find you attractive. Three of Cups. Queen of Wands in the reverse. What's this about? See? Definitely been ignoring things, this person. Yeah, some of you, there's definitely a link to socials here for this person. I don't know if they're seen in the public eye for some of you. Something about this person has a good reputation, a good job. I shouldn't laugh, but there's something about you in the mind. At one point, they thought like you were becoming a distant memory. As days, weeks, months, years, how long you haven't been in contact with this person, it was getting easier. And that's what tends to happen as you move on with your life, right? But the Six of Swords is in the reverse, which is telling me that it's now becoming quite chaotic in their mind. And that's what they're trying to overcome right now as I do this reading. Ace of Wands, there's this new spark that they have for you. And that new spark is to do with nostalgia. They keep having deja vu, this person. It's like flashbacks. I'm really getting something to do with flashbacks. Like, where the hell did that come from? Why am I thinking about that? I don't know. Look up the angel number 666. But there's something about nostalgia, reminiscing. This is where they're having this new spark and attraction to you again. A very specific message. But if someone returned back to someone and contacted them over social media after a long period of time, this is what has caused this person to have you re-enter in their life if you reached out, or vice versa. Again, very specific message. Someone returned back to someone. I'm getting that strongly. This person's going batshit crazy. Pile 3. Like they're getting a bit angry with themselves that they love you. It's like, oh, tell me more about this Tower. Okay, I'll take it. 7 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. This is what I'm saying. This person has been working hard, getting that back. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, they be making money, this person. The Death and the Judgment. They feel like you've awakened their soul. I just heard in my head, this person's going through another. I just heard. I mean, we don't ever stop going through awakenings. We don't just have one. And I feel like this person's going through another one only because they chose to access getting over you in the wrong way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with channeling your work and your creativity in, you know, mixing it up with your healing journey, right? But you can't just use that fully. And something is really telling me that this person has just been planting their seeds in work, 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 responsibilities. They feel like there's no contact. I'm really getting, for some of you, it wasn't just a case of where, okay, we're breaking up and that's that. See ya. For some of you, there could be people involved in this, or responsibilities where they felt like they had to shift things around. To say, for instance, if you have a child with this person, and there's something to do with them, you know, being a single parent, you no longer in the household anymore, where they had to change their work, relocate for work, or change their working hours, or if you had a tie to finances, they had to work more harder. You know, that's for someone in this reading, because the Tower is a foundation, but it's a false sense of security. It's a weak foundation. So they feel like ever since that, you know, because I just had a vision of is it Jenga? Is that what it's called? Jenga. I had to Google it, guys. I don't know where the hell did I get Jenga from, but anyway, that's the game I had in my third eye, right? This is someone who saw that your connection just completely collapsed. Like, what the fuck? And like I said, Tower is a foundation going to shit, so they felt like they had to rebuild themselves all over again, where it hit their finances, it affected their work, responsibilities, kids, if there's kids involved. If you don't have any ties with this person and it's not that deep, then it's just overall, it really affected them badly. And their way of overcoming this burden that they were holding was by releasing the burden by generating income. And I feel like this person has done bloody well, but that's besides the point, isn't it, guys? Heavy earth there, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Tell me more about this judgment. Like they're judging themselves for the mental clarity that they have, which is what? That they're still hurt over you. It's like they're giving themselves a real hard time over this. I feel like they need to give themselves grace, yeah. Because they know that they've acted from ego. They know that they've held back from you. But they feel like it was the right thing to do so they could get themselves in order. Again, this person has been on a journey for a very long time. Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, or you may have those signs in your chart. Heavy Scorpio, Sagittarius in this reading. This is someone who has the mental clarity that they're not over you. They thought that they were, and they know that they're not. They thought that they were healed. They now know that they're not. But they're reliving this pain all over again because they didn't start on the right footing on their healing journey. I mean, like I said, they could have continued to put in a lot of work, but what they should have been doing was not dismissing their feelings every time. I just feel so, it's like a gut wrenching feeling because I just heard in my head, you don't find me attractive anymore. When I was looking at that Queen of Wands in the reverse, this person may feel like you don't find them attractive. They may get in a slump and tell themselves things like you're out living your best life and you've got someone else, or you're hooking up with someone else. I don't know. What are you doing right now, my honey? Oh my god. Oh my, guys, why do I feel like wires are being crossed here? That's what it's telling me. I think you're dwelling on something. Some of you, this could be recent, or maybe there's feelings coming to the surface if it's been a long time. Have you been avoiding how you feel as well? That's for some of you. If you know you're not, please don't take this message. But I feel like you don't want to get so caught up in this because you know the place that you'll be at. You've already experienced it. So it's kind of like, let me just be rational and close out these thoughts. Because every time that I feed into these thoughts and it goes into your heart space, and then you feel stuck in that energy. And that's something that you're trying to change and have some form of strategy attached to. I don't know. I feel like some of you have some form of strategy that even if you do access it, you have a way of knowing not to sit in it too much as you did in the past. I hope that makes sense. But you feel like you need to detach from this based on how this person is acting towards you. I mean, if someone is pulling back their energy and they're giving off this energy that they don't care about you, then yeah, you still feel connected to this person. You see this person as your soulmate, but you see them as a runner. Some of you feel like this person is running away from you to avoid having a conversation with you. That's for someone in this reading, or just overall you feel like they're an avoidant, period. Tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Hierophant. The Wheel of Fortune. This person feels divinely guided back to you. I'm telling you, there's something about this person that really felt free from this and they were in control. Again, the Emperor is someone of authority. This could be a parent for some of you. Man or woman with that Emperor there. Could be an aqua, heavy aqua here. We have Aries, but you may see this person as very much dominant, I just heard, in their masculine and stubborn. But no wonder why you're not going to know how this person feels. The Emperor is not about feelings. They just take control, period. And I feel like, again, especially if you have some form of ties with this person, it's kind of like, well, I can't really think about my feelings right now. I've got to take control of my stability and get things under control. The Emperor is all about the people. They make decisions for themselves and people around them. Okay, so whether this is something connected to you or outside of you, this is someone that is all about, they have some form of responsibility attached to them. They have to make final decisions, good decisions, because of people that they are responsible for. Right? So at the time, this person was being divinely guided to set themselves free and pattern up, get things in order, and focus on stability and building themselves up again. And that was a priority for them at that time. I don't know if something suddenly, abruptly changed here where they had to take control of things. Like they had to make quick decisions based on how things went to no contact with you. And that's what their main focus was. But it's kind of like on that journey, they got lost in the source where they started indulging in things, having really bad diets, or I don't know, trying to fill that void. That's where they started to control. It's kind of like, hey, I'm working on my stability. Everything's going well. My status is changing. I don't know if this person, again, could be an influencer for some of you with that star there, or something about their reputation changed, or you've always known for this person to have a good reputation and does well in their career, or it's just that they've advanced even further, right? But nevertheless, when they started to get things in order with their career and taking control of things and changes, whether outside of you, linked to you, whatever the case may be, things were going positive. They were starting to see good changes here. But it's kind of like that positive energy was them making you a distant memory where they weren't really accessing that feeling at the time. It was always there, but they just chose to push it aside. And with that star there, it's like they've been divinely guided back to you. Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups. I don't know if something has been seen, guys. I don't know. I'm really getting that strongly for some of you because there are a lot of people here. So I don't know if information came out like one saw the other on socials, or a mutual friend said something. That's really telling me how you guys have connected back, and then the feelings have come back into play. Or a link to a child, children, or something about news. I'm really getting that. Something about news that may have come about, and then it's caught this person's attention. And now they're looking your way again. Or vice versa. You take it as it resonates. But that could be a strong possibility. They feel like you stopped them in their tracks, basically. 5 of Wands. I'm really getting that for some of you. Pages are messengers. Someone said something about the other, like, oh, guess who I saw? Or, and I don't know, for some of you, really getting something linked to the internet here. Someone may have found someone on the internet, or again, children may have communicated something, young people or friends, someone's sibling. I don't know, but it's kind of like reliving all these feelings all over again based on news and communication. I don't know, guys. One more. Yes. Thank you. Confirmation. It's made someone feel fall in love with you all over again. This person tends to hold back and get really flipping conflicted because they're also looking back on a drama between you two. I don't know if children used to witness a lot of drama, or there was a lot of naysayers. That's for someone in this reading with all these, it's either children or immature people that got involved. Naysayers, gossip, could be possibly. Or if it's nothing of the sorts, they get conflicted about messaging you because they keep referring back to this change between you two, where there was some form of drama. And it's like, instead of seeing the positive of, going by what this new feeling is, they also look at the negative, and there's a negative change of a fight, an argument, drama. What's the 5 of Wands? Yeah, and that's the truth. Justice. They actually want that to be corrected. They want justice out of it. They want fairness out of this. They want to put things right. The Hermit, the 9 of Wands. Take the messages as it resonates. The 5 of Wands is someone that, they compete with each other. So I don't know, there could be a bit of blame in here, where it's like they're shifting all the blame onto you, but they need to take accountability for their part as well. This is where the ego comes into play. Because I do feel like this person has some form of enlightenment about the arguments that used to take place. But it's like not wanting to admit, again, with that 9 of Wands, it's kind of like cutting their nose off to spite their face and being their own worst enemy by not admitting and being honest to themselves about how they feel, but also their part to play in that situation. Tell me more. The Ace of Wands. I feel like they tend to be honest with themselves of how chaotic it used to be between you two. So it's kind of like, would it just still lead to drama all over again? But something's telling me that there's been a lot of maturity in between that time. There's been a lot of growth in between. I feel like one was more mature than the other, absolutely. One was very impulsive than the other. Maybe that's what the other one is wanting accountability for, and I don't know who is who, but I am getting a strong sense of pointing fingers and blaming. Page of Swords in the reverse, and yeah, like, okay, the no contact can stay in place, but I still want to work this out. That's what I'm getting here, pile 3. I really do feel like this person is struggling to be honest with themselves. Yeah, they don't know what to do now because they felt like they was making progress. Do they continue to resist this? But every time they resist and they move forward, they still feel blocked because their mentor is stopping them. They keep analyzing things in their head, and then it keeps contradicting their actions, basically. that is what I have here, my honey. So what's the outcome of this? And I'm going to close out your reading. 9 of Pentacles. This person's still receiving more income, doing well in their finances. Still busy, a lot going on. Knight of Pentacles. Whoever's the masculine may warm up and make a proposal. May open up and say something about the past or a link to children. If there's children involved, or overall say something that will make you guys connect. Something about a nostalgic, I just heard cherish in the moment. Something about a gesture that links into a nostalgic memory that makes you guys connect. Five of Swords. Two of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Cups. Four of Swords. You are more connected to this person than you realise, Pile 3. For some of you, this could be your twin flame. If you believe in twin flames or a high level soul contract. I do see a lot of telepathic communication here. Oh yeah, a lot of downloads. And I'm getting something to do with love songs in specific. Look out for this. And especially it could be heightened as you watch this reading within the next 8 days. Something about this person that is listening to music at night time. Possibly whilst they're cooking, cleaning, doing the chores, working. And you may be picking up on that, all right? I had to check my mic was still on. But yeah, I feel like before that happens, though, there's a lot of conflicting energies, procrastination. I do feel what could be blocking this union is because someone may have a lot of drama and dramatics going on in their life. Something to do with a lot of negativity that someone needs to take hand. Someone may be so drained where they can't even come towards someone. I'm really getting that because of the current circumstances that they're in. That's a side note there. Or overall, someone is at a crossroad in their life and they're feeling confused about their path. Someone may be on the right path in life, the one that's doing really well financially, and the other one is still trying to discover their purpose in life. So that could be a reason why you guys are not connecting. Will that change? Yes, 10 of Pentacles. Something about someone starts getting options. Something about career options. So I don't know if someone's more advanced than the other financially here. Someone's found their way and knows what they're doing and found their purpose and their path, and the other one not so. Don't know. Whether someone's never known what they're doing in their life and now they're finding their way, or someone has obtained a lot in their life and now they're changing their mind. They're outgrowing a past. It's really giving that. Someone's outgrowing something. And until someone sorts that out and stop procrastinating, then that could delay you guys talking. So that's another message. Oh gosh, Pile 3. Very intense, wasn't it, honey? But that's what I have, all right? And I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.